Welcome back to another episode on the MLD Balls page. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the Indiana Pacers. What it do, Indiana? Because if you listening to me, you probably from Indiana, or you just a basketball fan, and you should tune into my other videos. Indiana Pacers are the last team, and we talked about all 30 NBA teams going into the season. So if you're not a Pacers fan, I already talked about you. So let's go ahead and talk about the Pacers. Eastern Conference Finals appearance. Hey, to me, they say second place doesn't matter, but as a Heat fan, it means everything. All right, second place, like congratulations. Nobody told you yet this off season, so I'll tell you. Hey, something to be happy about because the Eastern Conference is jam packed, and a team like this is one of the reasons why. Indiana Pacers, man, this is a tough team. Tyrese Halliburton gonna lead it off at point guard, or in my opinion, Pascal Siakam is gonna lead it off at power forward. I think Siakam is the best player on this team, man. What he provides on both sides of the ball, he's their best scorer, he's their best defender, he's their second best playmaker. Like their best player on the team. Tyrese Halliburton is their best 3-point shooter. He's their best playmaker. And TJ McConnell, you can debate him or Pascal Siakam as your second best playmaker. I think Siakam is, but McConnell is the second best passer. But man, Siakam, he did great in that series too against in the first round. Whoever, I remember watching Siakam ball, man. Just the whole playoffs, honestly, bro. He had a couple stinkers, but everybody has a couple games. Halliburton on the other end, dude, he is a menace, bro. He Oh man, his ceiling is fun. His is fun because defensively, when they got Siakam, the team became better, and Siakam provides as a versatile defender for the team, allows Halliburton to be able to have more advantages. It's just what it is. The Pacers, man, this is a tough team after the Siakam trade. They're gonna have time to gel together now. They had a playoff run and they had an off season now, and they're gonna have 82 games. So we don't know what the ceiling is with this team. It literally just got put together. You know what I mean? But Benedict Mathurin wasn't even healthy, man. Like, holy, this Pacers team made the Eastern Conference Finals, and they weren't even healthy. Yeah, I understand. Opponents weren't healthy either, but neither were they. And that's what's gonna happen every year in the playoffs. Every year it happens. Okay, to everyone. That's reality. And the Pacers are a team that Benedict Mathurin. Oof, we're gonna see, is he somebody who's a asset now? Because I think he is. Benedict Mathurin, one of my personal favorite players in the NBA. He reminds me of Bradley Beal, and him and Tyrese Halliburton just don't work, in my opinion. Or I don't want to say don't work, but I loved when they kept Benedict on the bench and Halliburton in the starting lineup in Benedict's rookie year. And then when they had Benedict and Halliburton just play together, Benedict is kind of a 6-man type player right now. He's only a shooting guard, and I think this team needs to put Aaron Nesmith at shooting guard. Oh man, Aaron Nesmith, I think he's a top 100 player in the NBA. He defensively brings high impact at the shooting guard position. I would prefer it though. And then I think that's what the Pacers are missing. I think they need to package. They need to do a 2-for-1. They're at the point of their depth and their assets where they need to do a 2-for-1. Just don't be patient. Why, or don't be too comfortable. That's what I meant. Don't be too comfortable, because this team with a high impact two-way small forward, not only does it add that to your team, but it takes away from someone else, because those type of players in the playoffs are so impactful. And I think that's what the Pacers need. Cause holy, imagine they just I don't know who it would be, but maybe let's say they just add a Andrew Wiggins. He's having a good year. Let's say Andrew Wiggins is having a good year, okay? Because we're predicting. Because me saying the Pacers are a good team is a prediction, because NBA season starts soon. We're about to see what our facts are. But I just would love this team if they had a small forward and move the depth chart up from that point on forward. But TJ McConnell off the bench, man. If he gets more minutes, he would legitimately be a 6 man of the year candidate. He's one of the most underrated players in the NBA. I say this each and every season. Each and every season, I say this. TJ McConnell, a dog. And I compare him. I use a lot of my NBA comparisons as TJ McConnell because he's just such a comparable player. He is your two-way point guard who can play make and don't turn the ball over. Like he is a point guard, Like I love TJ McConnell. Andrew Nemhard, to be honest, not a guy who when I watch him play, he cool. He cool. Yeah, Andrew Nemhard cool, but I guess I'm sleeping on him, and I'm gonna watch him a little more because I love Neesmith, I love Halliburton, I love Siakam, Miles Turner. That boy been a dog. He been holding it down for y'all Pacers fans. Holy, I'm happy for him because he didn't seen the dark days on the Pacers, and I'm happy he made an Eastern Conference Finals run with them. Because shout out to Miles Turner. One of the better 3-point shooters at his position of all time at this point, right? Miles Turner, a dog, man. Miles Turner, a dog. He's solid defensively, especially now that he's with a forward that could defend. It's so much better for the Pacers. Like I think the Pacers are going to be one of the better defenses in the NBA. Surprisingly, now they're going to have a full year of Siakam. I do think he's that much of a needle mover on the defensive end of the ball because I do think Miles Turner was a good defender. He was just put in a terrible situation. And I think Siakam is a better defender than Miles Turner, So like he's gonna help Miles Turner out. Ben Shepherd, solid guard off the bench. Benedict Mathurin, and that's why I said they need a forward. Like even off the bench, they're missing a small forward, Like that's what they're missing. And one thing I love about the Pacers this offseason, man, this boy right here. I think he was a steal in the draft, man. Johnny Furphy. I mocked him, pick number 10 in the draft, and he went all the way at 35. Johnny Furphy, man. Shout out to Johnny Furphy. Great point forward. I don't want to say great. He hasn't really played it. He was a one and done, yeah, but he shot 35% from the three. And to me, his 3-point stroke was good. His defense was solid. Could rebound the ball pretty decently, and he was a good playmaker. Like really, good. I know he only says 1 assist, but I feel like he could help Tyrese Halliburton have more off-ball 3-pointer attempts. Because TJ McConnell and Tyrese Halliburton, when they're playing together, that's with Tyrese Halliburton that shooting guard. And that's kind of a smaller lineup. They could do the same thing in the future with a 6'9" Johnny Furphy. Johnny Furphy's that type of playmaker to me. We're gonna see if I'm right on that because he has a 1 to 0.8 assists to turnover ratio, but man, he looked nice to me when I was watching Kansas for the draft. And Johnny Furphy, shout out to him. I think he's one of the biggest sleepers in the draft class. Jarish Walker, he's somebody who last year I don't believe that the Pacers gave him much burn, man. The Pacers, he's pretty decent, and maybe this year he's gonna get some more time if he can knock down his 3-pointers. Because if he can knock down their threes, like I'm saying, they need a small forward bad, and especially if he could come in there and be a defensive, small forward, that would be great for them. Great for them. But, it depends on his 3-pointer. If Jarish Walker could shoot like 3 threes a game at like 37%, he's somebody who, they should hold on to. But we gonna see. We gonna see, man. I think that Jarish Walker at this point is somebody who we just made an Eastern Conference Finals run. I just talked about how good I think he is. Let's see what other teams think about him and Benedict Mathurin with Andrew Nimhard. You know, what can I get for that? But at the same time, it depends who's available. You don't just trade for anyone, of course. But if there's an elite two-way small forward that's like six, at least 6'7", you gotta go and blitz. Like this team, I'm satisfied with them. Like I'm not panicking about this team. Obi Toppin off the bench, didn't even mention him. He's great in transition with Halliburton. So is like Matherin. This team is great in transition because they were one of the fastest paced teams in the NBA. And then they added Pascal Siakam, who on rebounds, he could just take it on the break, you know? Pascal Siakam at backup center isn't a bad thing either. Because holy Siakam, yeah, that was a great trade for this team. I love that Siakam trade, man. I love that Siakam trade. Um, Obi Toppin, though, like I was saying, man, great in transition. He was shooting the 3-pointer well, I believe, last year. We're gonna check that out right now. Yeah, 40% on 3 attempts, kind of like I said for Jarish Walker. He doesn't have to be as good as Obi Toppin because Obi Toppin's a veteran. But if Jarish Walker could shoot 3 attempts on like 36%, like I said, you don't. I'm asking him to be worse than Obi Toppin. You know, like I'm not asking too much out of Jarish Walker. If you just need more attempts from three and defense, bro. Like James Wiseman, that's somebody who I'm too high on at this point. But who knows if Tyrese? Hey, he's gonna be playing with maybe or not maybe. He's gonna be playing with a top 5 playmaker in basketball. So maybe Tyrese Halliburton is gonna be one of those guys who could get value out of these random players that we're gonna see because hey, he is somebody who I could see that, especially if it's a scheme fit. But is it gonna be James Wiseman? I don't know about that, but yeah. Anything else about the Indiana Pacers I'm missing? Isaiah Jackson almost went without talking about him. And Isaiah Jackson, dude, solid backup big. Yeah, Isaiah Jackson. But yeah, that would be it for today's episode. Why? Why I feel like I just disrespected Isaiah Jackson? He's actually, but if it sounded like I was being sarcastic, he's actually just he's a solid backup B. All right, shout out Isaiah Jackson. Felt like I just disrespected you, so I had to make sure I didn't. Salute my boy, salute. But thank you everybody for tuning in. Have a nice day. Yeah, Indiana Pacers team that I think if anyone is available, blitz them. Don't even think twice. You got a bunch of debt, man. You could do a 3-for-1, honestly, but if it's a 2-for-1, even better. You keep some of your debt, but this is a team, bro. On fantasy football, when you got that little 2-for-1 deal, because you got a little draft pick that just randomly hit, hey, you do it, man, because this is a team, bro. Y'all made the Eastern Conference Finals. Why not buy in? This is your window. These windows close faster than you think. All right, they close faster than you think, and you already traded all your firsts. Why not buy in all the way? So, if somebody's available, Benedict Mathurin gotta go, man. Like I love Benedict Mathurin, one of my favorite players in the league. Unless he just looks great, and you just can't let him go. I guess you can't let him go, but he's somebody I would let go, man. I think he is such a good player, and other teams realize that in a different situation he'd be better. Jarish Walk, I don't know who else, and you get an upgrade. But I keep talking about trades while this team at the moment have a window because they match up against the Knicks well. They match up against a lot of teams well. The Knicks are gonna have a problem with Cat at power forward or center when they got Siakam and Turner. He's either gonna be getting ran on by Siakam or stretched out by Turner. Oh, that sounded crazy. Yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in. Psych, I'm not leaving y'all yet because the Pacers are a team that in the Eastern Conference. Where do y'all see them landing? It's hard to predict the Pacers, man, because in the regular season, Halliburton isn't somebody who's typically healthy, but for some reason, I just hope he stays healthy. Maybe it's just beginning of the season. You hope everybody's healthy, but Halliburton, I think he's somebody that's going to stay healthy, and the Pacers are going to have a good season. And this is a team that's for sure in the playoffs. So, yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in. Have a nice day, and God bless.